hockey friends, alongside Tarek El-Bashir. I'm John Walton, and this is the Capitals Rink Report. Trade deadline week is upon us, Tarek, and the Capitals have already been busy as they head toward the game with Pittsburgh. Anthony Mantha, now a Vegas Golden Knight, maybe one of the biggest success stories for Spencer Carberry this year. 20 goals, tremendous bounce-back season, and some good return for the Capitals as well as Anthony Mantha now heads west.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, this is a player who was a healthy scratch a number of games early in this season. It took a while for Coach Carberry to kind of get to him and kind of drag out what they knew was inside there. But once he got going, once he started scoring and started feeling confident about himself, he looked like a totally transformed player compared to what we'd seen the previous year. And look, credit to him for A, working hard, B, listening to what the coaches were telling him, because he's really salvaged his career. I mean, the Capitals couldn't get a bucket of pucks for him in the offseason, and now they're getting back 2 picks. And, you know, before fans out there go, oh, well, they're just draft picks. Second-round draft picks turn into players. This team is really good at mining that second round. I mean, just think Marty Farivari, late second-round pick. Jonas Siegenthaler, a few years before that, was kind of a mid to late second-round pick. Andrew Crystal from last year. I mean, there are players to be found in that round. And then they added a 4th-rounder. I mean, Braden Holtby was a 4th-rounder. I mean, there are players available in those second to 4th round that you can mine, and this scouting staff has done a really, really good job of finding those players.
And the Capitals now with 23 draft picks over the course of the next 3 years, so they have a lot that they can start to work with for the future. And obviously, there's still more time before the trade deadline. One of the things that came down the pike in the midst of all of this, and he's going to join us on the show here in a little while, and that is Rasmus Sandin, who's going to be an RFA at the end of the year, and he is now signed for 5 more years. So good for Rasmus, $4.6 million per season coming up. He is going to be a staple on this blue line, fast skating defenseman, a lot of upside, still very young, just coming to now 250 games in the league. Good for him, and look forward to talking with him about that. But a big signing here in the midst of trade deadline.
Yeah, no doubt. Brian McClellan is keeping us on our toes.
Yes.
So it's nice to get a little good news amidst, saying goodbye to Mantha and maybe some other moves coming down the pike here over the next little bit. But look, I talked to Sandin maybe a week ago, 8-9 days ago, and I was like, so you're an RFA, what's going on here? Have there been any talks? He was like, yeah, I trust my agent to handle that. He told me that there are some conversations going on, but I got bigger things to deal with. He handles the business. And then lo and behold, 7 or 8 days later, he's now signed to
here we are,
to a contract that, that's generational wealth. I mean, here's a guy now that can kind of, I don't want to say the pressure is off, but he can now put down some roots. I mean, D.C. is his team. He came at the deadline last year, started out hot. They really had to coach him up on the defensive side of the puck. He's shown he's making strides on both sides. He's been better defensively. He started scoring again. He's getting assists. You can really see that upside with this young player. He's just 23 years old. So now to have him locked in for 5 years, now he's a cornerstone player for this franchise.
Very much a part of the future moving forward here and on the back end for a long, long time to come, we certainly hope.